Yeah. Okay. Oh, cool. Perfect. All right. Cool. Good morning, everyone. So legs are pretty stiff today. So we have legs. Anything feeling specific? Lower back. Okay, good. We're doing that kind of stuff today. Okay, Alex, what do you think? Everything okay? Legs. Greg, it's from all those lunges. It's the lunges. How are you feeling today? Greg, how are you feeling? Really good. Okay, cool. Yeah, so we'll take care of those legs a little bit. Friday's workout was really fun. And we'll take care of that low back in preparation for some of the lifting this week. So we do have a band. We'll want to use that. Some of the poses that I'll offer the band to, you might not need it. So feel free to use it or not. And we're going to start on our backs. Okay? So let's begin on our backs with our feet flat on the floor. And let those knees kind of fall in. So feet can be kind of wide like the mat. Knees fall in. And then just kind of shimmy your shoulder blades down your back, and that will open your chest up a little bit. And then arms go kind of wherever is most comfortable. You'll feel your lower back is kind of rounded off of the ground, and we want that. We want that natural curve. And then once you've found your comfortable position, close the mouth gently and slowly breathe through the nose. And these first few cycles of breath might feel a little stiff or stuck. And so it's just kind of taking a few rounds to open up the lungs, find that smooth breath. Now we're going to start flowing through a little bit of box breathing. And so the box breathing is an inhale, a hold of the breath, an exhale, and then another hold of the breath. And each part of the breathing, the box breathing, it's going to be the same count. And we're going to use 5. Okay? We'll go through a few cycles together, and then you'll do a few on your own. Okay? So we'll inhale together for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold the breath. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Again, inhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Continue on for a few more cycles on your own. Really trying to feel that length at each part of the breath. Okay, so finish up whatever cycle you're on and then go through one more big one. So a finish cycle and then one more. Then we'll start moving. All right, now continuing to breathe through the nose, you can kind of let go of the box breath and just find kind of a natural flow, inhale, exhale, but just maintaining that nostril breathing. And then from here, you can open your eyes if you close them throughout our breathing, and we'll go through some windshield wipers. So you're going to let both knees now just fall over to the right side and then over to the left side. You're going to go through some windshield wiper like this, 5 total sets. Just nice and slow. Start feeling through the hips and the back, noticing where you're feeling tight, if you are. Good. And then once you've done your final rep on both sides, bring the knees to the chest. And then we're going to go through a couple twists with the knees together. So first thing, pull the knees in, give them a little squeeze. And then bring the knees together, arms out like a T, and gently let the knees drop to the right side. Shoulders are just soft to the floor. It's okay if that left shoulder is popped off the ground. Bring the knees through center, and then we'll drop them to the other side. And let that right shoulder just descend as it wants to towards the floor, breathing through the nose. And then bring the knees through center. You've got 2 more reps on your own count, dropping the knees to the right and the left side. 2 more sets. Good. And once you finish that second rep, bring the knees back into the chest. Give them a little squeeze. Good. Now placing your left foot flat on the floor. Right foot is going to go over and above that left knee. We're going to come into a glute stretch here. So it may be that by pulling your left knee in a little bit, you're finding enough of a glute stretch, especially in the beginning here. Okay. You also can thread your arms through, so right arm between the legs, and then you can grab for the back of the thigh. Just looking for a gentle glute stretch on that right side, however you can get into it. And gently release that side. So now left foot will come off of the floor, and then right foot to the mat, left foot over and above that right knee. And then gently pull the right knee to your chest and then thread the arms through, or just kind of hold on to what you can to feel that gentle glute stretch. Good. Well, let's go ahead and gently release that. And then let's grab the band. It should be near you. Okay. And we're going to start with the right side. So we're going to wrap the band around the arch of your right foot. And then band is going to go, both sides of the band going to go into the left hand. And then making sure that left leg is flat on the floor. So you got straight legs, that right leg is up, band is in the left hand. Okay. Now gently flex your right foot. You get a little bit more tension through your calf. Okay. Right arm out to the side like a T. And then you're going to keep your hips, especially that right hip, kind of anchored to the floor as you gently allow that right leg to shift over to the left. It's not going to shift super far. It's not like a twist, but you are going to feel a lot of stretch on the outer edge of the right hip. So what you would consider your IT band area is where we're stretching. We're not stretching the IT band, we're stretching the surrounding muscles. Okay, so keeping your lower back flush to the floor, just allowing that right leg to fall to the left. Good. Now gently bring that right leg through center. And then we can just kind of put the band around the arch of the left foot, and then right leg will go straight to the floor. Now the band goes, both sides of the band into the right hand. Now flex your left foot just a little bit, create a little tension through the calf. Anchor the low back to the floor, and then allow that left foot to just gently lean to the right. So you feel the outer left hip, IT band, and the surrounding muscles. Breathe. Good. Now bring that left leg through center. We're going to bring that right foot to meet the left foot and bring that band around the arches of both feet. So now your legs are together and straight. You're holding onto the band one side in each hand. Your feet are a little flexed. Okay. And now I want your low back to be on the floor. So that tailbone is kind of grounding down towards the floor in the mat. Flex your toes to your shins so you get more tension through the backside, especially in the calves. And then maybe we stay here, or without letting the low back come off the floor, we pull the shins to our face using the band. Oof. It should feel pretty intense. And go slow so you can maintain a really flat, neutral spine. Good. All right. Let's go ahead and gently bend the legs. Band can come off of the feet and over to any side, just out of the way. Okay. And the knees pull into the chest. Whew. And then we'll start to rock forward and back a couple times along the spine. And then after the third or fourth rock, we're going to come to the hands and the knees. Okay. Any way you want to get there. All right, couple rounds of cat-cow. Okay. So first few rounds can be classic, so just drop the belly, arch the back, and lift the chest. And then push through the palms, we round, we draw the chin in. And again, drop the belly, lift. And round. Separate those shoulder blades as much as you can. And then a couple more sets on your own. You can add some hip wiggles, some body rolls. Just trying to create space. Good. All right, let's come into a neutral position. Downward facing dog. So tuck the toes. Let's lift the hips. You're going to push the mat away as you draw the chest to your toes. You can bend your knees a little bit and kind of arch that tailbone up. You get a long spine position. And then from here, we can pedal out the feet, finding a little more stretch through the backs of the legs. Good. And then from here, separate those feet about hips distance. You're going to walk the hands back towards the toes, hands to the hips, and a gentle stand. Cool. Okay. So I'm going to move, you guys stay so you can see. Cross leg forward fold. Okay, so you're going to take your right foot and cross it in front of the left. Okay. And then from here, you're going to bend your knees just a little bit. And you might find one knee needs to bend a little bit more than the other as we go ahead and reach down for the toes. Now you can grab your shins. You can reach your fingertips down. We're going to find more of a stretch through the back of the left leg. But if you're tight in the right side, you might also find a stretch in the right leg. So just a different position here. Ooh. And gently bring yourself up and out of that. And switch. Left foot crosses in front. Okay. And then just a little bend in the knees as we bow. You might need to bend that left knee more than the right. Oh, but feeling that outer hip on that right side for me at least. Oh. Good. All right, hands to the hips and let's stand. Okay, uncross the feet. And then we're just going to walk it out into a downward facing dog. So feet about hips distance. And then we're just going to bow forward, reach down to the floor, walk it out. And we're going to come into a low lunge. So now step your right foot forward between the hands and then bring your back knee down. Okay. So coming into a twist, first thing we want to do is left hand's on the floor. You might find palm flat is okay, but coming up to the left fingertips might be a little easier. We're going to anchor the right hand first onto the right knee. We're going to lift, and then we're going to press into that right knee to help us twist. So we get a little bit of leverage. Draw the right shoulder down away from the ear, and then really push and feel the right ribs roll back, twisting from the middle back. Okay. Good. Exhale to release. Let's switch the feet. So just go hands and knees and then left foot forward. Again, either right palm down or to the fingertips. Left hand goes to the knee. We lift through the chest, so we got long spine, and then we push into that left knee to deepen the twist. Shoulders are down away from the ears. Good. Exhale, release. Coming back to the hands and knees, and then we'll switch back to the first side. So right foot comes forward again. And now we're going to go overhead with it. So bringing your torso up. Let's first let those hips relax to the floor. Get a big stretch through the front of the hip flexor. Good. And then from here, reach your arms up. You're going to grab your left wrist with your right hand, extend up through the arms and the spine, and then lean over to the right. You're going to feel that lift and a little bit more length through the front of the hip crease on that left side, And then a lot of stretch through the side body. Good. Exhale, gently release. And we'll just go to the other side. The left foot comes forward. Okay. Then from here, we relax the hips down. First, kind of open up through here. You might even find a little bit in the low back. Okay. Now we just pull back out of this deep position a little bit. Arms reach. Grab your right wrist. Lift the chest. Lift through the arms. And lean to the left side. Good. Exhale to release. Hands come down, and let's go into child's pose. So toes together, knees apart. We're going to sit the hips back. We're going to reach the arms out, head to the floor. And it's just a couple breaths here, seeing if we can allow the body to just melt to the ground. All right, gently bringing yourself out of that. And we're coming into pigeon. Okay, so hands and knees. We're going to go right knee towards the right wrist. Okay. And then we're going to scoot the left leg back. Now you might find, like for me today, and for some of you, because we've done a lot of hip stuff, you might find you got a lot of space between your hip and the floor. You can stay there, or you can just kind of roll to the outer hip. That just kind of releases the super tension, like all the extra tension, but still gives you that good stretch. So finding where you can relax everything except for the hip. Breathe through the nose, a smooth breath, and try to focus there. All right, and gently bring yourself up and out of that. And we're going to take the left leg and swing it around. And place this right foot to the inner left thigh. Okay. Big hip stretch. Good. Good. Okay, so if my torso is facing 12 o'clock, I'd like this left leg out to 11 or so that it's not directly in front. Okay? So we sit up tall. We just make everything long in the torso. We reach our right arm up. First, twist towards that front leg, and then we're going to reach up and over and across. You can grab for anything you can on that right leg. So the knee, the calf, the ankle, the foot. But we're reaching across at the same time this right hip is pulling down. So you get traction and pull through this right lower back. All right, gently release. Place both feet flat on the floor. And then we're going to come into reverse tabletop. So hands behind you, fingertips facing the toes so that you've turned your hands. Okay, first thing, we straighten the arms. Second, we kind of puff up the chest and draw the shoulder blades together. And then if you like this stretch, cool, stay. If you need a little bit more, we can lift the hips. You'll feel biceps, front of the shoulder. We're going to hold for 5. Breathe. 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring those hips down. Okay. And going all the way now to pigeon. So we're going to rock forward to the hands and knees. Going through the second side now. So left knee towards the left wrist. Right leg will scoot back. And then again, depending on how high those hips are off the mat, you can stay or kind of roll to that left hip. All right, gently coming to the hands. Swing this back leg around. Okay. Okay. And then sitting up tall. If my torso faces noon, then I'm looking for my right foot to be at about 1 o'clock, so a little bit off to the side. Then I zip up my spine, get really tall, left arm up. Let's twist towards that front leg and then reach for whatever you can. So you grab ankle, calf, whatever it is, and then you're anchoring your left hip down as you're reaching away with that left arm. Inhale to bring yourself out of that. And then let's go hands behind this feet flat. We're going back into that reverse table. So again, let's squeeze the shoulder blades together, straighten the arms, puff up the chest, and now lift. Good. We're going to hold for 5. You can shift the weight forward a little bit for a deeper stretch. 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Good. Okay. All right. Next up, we're going to come into a shin stretch that might also get the quads. So we're going to roll forward. We're going to bring the knees together, feet together, and we're going to start by just sitting. Okay, so for some of us, we might be getting a huge, Felix, I see that face. We might be getting a huge stretch in the tops of the feet. This might be it, so we might stay, okay? If you're not, the next version would be, you have 2 options. You can go feet wide. You might find that this is not happening. Or you can go back, okay? So there's a couple options here. I want you to feel like you can get wherever you want to be, depending on where you're tightest. Yeah. It's the mark of a good CrossFitter when quads are tight. Yeah, good. So we have a couple of you guys feeling it in the shins and a couple feeling quads. Yeah, okay. Good. Good. Gently peel yourself out of that. Okay. Then come forward. Now bring those knees back together if they're not already, and we're going to come into a toe stretch. Okay. So tuck your toes under and then bring your knees up. This way we can get all 10 toes to kind of be spread and flat on the floor. Okay. Then we drop the knees back down. Ooh, now for today, I might stay here. But if you have a little bit more, you can bring yourself up and feel the sensation. So right now, my right foot is much more flexible than my left, and I can feel that, like that big toe. So kind of notice where it's not even, so we can kind of take care of that later. Left foot. Yep. And gently hands to the floor. Uncurl your toes and start moving them around a little bit. Yeah. And then swing your feet around, sit back down. Okay, so reclined stag. So this is right leg to your hip, left foot, inner thigh. Okay. Now in this position, if we were to just relax, my right hip would probably be pretty high off the floor. So I'm going to try to push it down. It doesn't need to get to the floor, but we just need to square up a little bit. Okay. From here, hands reach behind. Okay. Now, if you feel like this is enough, cool. Or you might be able to go all the way down. Good. And let's go ahead, gently come out of that. And then we're going to go the other side. So swing your legs around. Bring your right foot to the inner left thigh. Okay. And then take your left hip and drop it down a little bit. And then from here, we can walk back. Gently unwind out of that. Unhook your legs out, straight out in front, and then you may want your band for one of the last movements here. You may not need it, so just have it off to the side and handy. And we're gonna lay all the way back. So feet flat, grab your knees, and just start to roll slowly all the way down until you lay flat, knees then into your chest. Okay, so here's where you might want the band for a reclined hamstring stretch. So left leg will go straight on the floor. If you want your band, you're bringing it around the arch of the foot like we did in the very beginning. And this time, band is in each hand so that everything can be really relaxed. And you're not pulling on the band, you're just holding it. The weight of your arms helps to draw that shin, that right shin, closer to your face. Good. Let's go ahead and switch sides, nice and easy. So just arch of the band, or band and the arch of the opposite foot, or if you don't need a band. All right, go ahead and gently unhook the band from the foot, and then it can go off to the side. We're going to come into a final reclined twist. I'm going to give you two options. One option is the standard. The second option is going to be a little bit more intense. So the first option is just our classic knee into the chest and then falls over to the side. The more intense version is going to be you're going to cross, they're going to start right leg, cross it over the left like you're sitting in a chair. And then from here, pull the knees into the chest a little bit and then drop the knees over to the left. You might need to scoot your hips to the right side, but the legs as they drop to the left, because they're in a twist or a cross position, it's going to be a little bit more intense. Okay. So really up to you and what allows you to still breathe, but feel as though you're getting an extra stretch through the spine. Good. Now gently, and you can use your hands for this, pull the knees through center. Let's unwind. And either you're going to go back to the classic twist, which is just bringing the left knee in and falling it over to the right side, or we're going to cross the legs like we're sitting in a chair. And then we'll scoot the hips to the left, knees fall to the right. Gently pull the knees in through center. Slowly unwind. Reset the hips so they're square on the mat. Give the knees a little squeeze back into the chest. And then just from there, extending your legs onto the mat, straight legs. Find a comfortable position here. So try to shimmy your shoulder blades down like we did in the very beginning. Arms alongside the waist or wherever feel comfortable. Close the eyes. Keep breathing through the nose. And just find a couple more moments here where we can be soft, quiet, and relaxed. Slowly begin to wiggle the fingers and the toes. Reaching the arms overhead, full body stretch like you're waking up in the morning. And then we can roll to the right side for a transition between your last pose and a seated position. And keeping the eyes closed, slowly bring yourself up. Just a couple more moments here. Let's two big breaths together. Inhale through the nose. Open the mouth, side out. One more big inhale. Side out. And then just gently open the eyes. I don't know about you, but I could have laid there for a lot longer. And so maybe that's your cue to continue that restful feeling for the rest of the day. And hopefully you feel a little bit more limber and loose and ready for deadlifts and back squats this week. Yay. Thank you. Have a wonderful day. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Yeah? Yeah, good. Sleepy. Sleepy.